Has a man ever told you that he preferred their mother's generation? If he has, my darling, it's time to start running. Because the only reason why he would prefer their mother's generation is because of how much internalized misogyny these women had and how much of the gatekeepers of patriarchy they were. Hi guys, I'm Tasha and you're welcome back to another great episode of the Dear Naija Girl podcast. Today we're going to be talking about something that has been on my mind for a while. Like, it's time that we talk about it. And like I said in my previous episodes, there are so many things that women experience that we put under the rug, and it is my job to shine the light on them so that we can start seeing a lot of things clearly. Now, last week there were some videos of our mothers. Yes, our mothers were there. I think this video was from the August meeting that they did, and they had a lot of different questions. It is so that you guys can see the things that are going on in that August meeting, that it is not normal. They were talking about different things, and my God, I was not only embarrassed, I felt a bit humiliated. Because what is this that I'm hearing? How can anybody think like this? How can people's mothers think like this? Now just imagine the children that they raise. Imagine their daughters, the kind of misogyny those girls would have internalized. Now imagine their son, the kind of atrocities that they would have meted out to other women, because it is not normal for anybody to think like this. But alas, I am not going to digress. I'm going to play the video so that we can all listen to people's mothers and what was coming out of their mouths.
What if you discover that your husband is sleeping with your daughter? What will you do?
Now, we've all heard the questions, right? So this woman, I think she's the leader of their August meeting. I don't know. But she's asking them that if you discover that your husband is sleeping with your daughter, now, hello you guys, this is not adopted daughter. This one is not a living daughter. This one is not surrogate. This is their daughters. Like, if you discover your husband is sleeping with your daughter, what are you going to do? Now, I want you guys to focus on the response of two women. So this is what the first woman had to say.
Jesus never fails.
And they bring Jesus into the whole madness.
Yes. I hear you.
So now, for those that are not Igbo, let me translate what this woman just said. So after the woman asked the question, this was the first woman to respond. Now she said, see the man and see court, see the man and see jail, see the man and see otapiapia. Otapiapa is the rat poison that when you eat it, you die. And then she said, see the man and see leonwa. That's basically she will poison his food and he would die. Now, I want you guys to note that while she's saying this, the women in the congregation were laughing at her. Do you understand what is going on here? They are laughing at her. Now, I'm going to play the response of the second woman, and I want you guys to help me to pay attention with your ear and listen to what somebody's mother opened her mouth and said.
Because if you destroy the destiny of that girl, and the girl is your body and all be money crucify years, made you don't want one then I'm not more than a joke room here. Call ya, Mabon on your way, keep secrets. Try a moment what you have mess because they have a look of opposite and not demand or then I'll go to my own father. Mabon on call ya. Say the mother quality get to them, not came Malmo what he had game as okay. I am what he came and Mabon. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
So now let me translate what this woman just said, because all she said is just a bunch of rubbish. But I'm going to translate so you guys can decide for yourself. So what she said is that if she hears that her husband did that type of thing, The first thing she's going to do is that she's not going to shout. She's saying, if I was the one and I find out what's happening, I'm not going to make it open. And it's going to pain me because I'm a person, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to shout, because if I shout, I'm going to destroy the life of that girl. Yes, it's true that the husband, my husband did something terrible, but I'm not going to shout about it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to first of all chase my child out of the house. I'm going to take my child out of the house. And then when I've chased my child out of the house, I'm now going to go and call my husband's father if he's still alive. If he's not alive, I'm going to call my own father and I'm going to tell him what is going on. And then I'm going to tell him that I'm not telling you what is going on so that you can go and shout about it or tell other people or for you guys to do anything to the man. No, I'm telling you because I want you as the eldest person in the family to come and talk to the man. And then we will now keep it in the house and then we'll now talk to the man and then we'll now discuss it. And that's how she's going to handle it. In all these things, I just want to point two things out. The first thing that this woman said that was such a big issue for me was the fact that she said that she's not going to tell anybody or take it to the police or the court or anything because she talking about it to a third party is going to destroy the future of the girl. Ma, I put it to you that you're not doing this thing because you want to protect the girl. You're doing this thing because you want to protect your family name. You want to protect the picture of your family that is outside. You don't want people to see your family beyond what they see you guys for at that moment. So please do not say you're protecting the girl. We all know that you're protecting you and your husband. The second thing that's, was a very big issue for me with what she said was the fact that she's not going to report her husband. There's not going to be accountability for that man. There's not going to be justice for that girl. There's not going to be repercussions for his actions. Absolutely nothing. He's going to go through this unscathed because she's not going to report it. She's going to keep it in the family. And that was one of the things that the women of the past, like our mother's generation, they do a lot. Keeping things in the family. Oh my God. You would not want to know how much I pissed my mother off by going against every single thing that they always do it. Keep it in the family. Don't wash your dirty linens in public. Don't go and carry your matter and go outside. In fact, it's just a lot of messy situations. There are a lot of young girls that went through so many shitty things because our mothers refused to report things that should have been reported. They refused to challenge things that should have been challenged. This is why they would say that when patriarchy wants to deal with women, it does not need men. It just needs women. It would use women to deal with women. This is what they are discussing in an AUKUS meeting. Oh, trust me, there was a lot more that they discussed. There was a fact, it's much worse than this. It's a lot worse than this. But I'm just going to talk about this one because I don't really need to talk about so much today. So now imagine what they are discussing in an August meeting. Hey! I won't say I was surprised because we all know what the previous generation of women used to do, especially when it comes to men. But that is why I'm saying that every time you hear a man say he wishes it was that this was our mother's generation, my dear, just say God forbid and carry your slippers now. I've had a man, I saw on Twitter one time where a man said women of nowadays are nothing like our mothers. Our mothers will have 5 kids and they will raise those kids and they will still work and they will still take care of their fathers and they will still come back home and they will still cook and they will still do all those things. He was right. He's absolutely right. But the one that I don't agree is that we should like our mother's generation. I am very happy that the women of this generation are these Sorosoke women, as in they know they do. I love it for us. No, we don't plan on being our mother's generations because our mothers died from those things. Our mothers died from stress. Our mothers died from being overworked. I would not forget one of the advices that the women in court gave to me when I was getting married. And she said, and I quote, Don't bother going through your husband's phone. Don't bother looking too hard at your husband or what he does. Don't bother questioning your husband and all those things, because it's going to give you a heart attack and you're going to die. And she was not wrong. She was not wrong, because the way our mother's generations dealt with a lot of infidelities and a lot of these things was that they just simply ignored it. I also know a married woman of the older generation that once told me that in all the times that she and her husband had been together, she never once went through her husband's phone. And she never asked him, where are you coming from or where are you going, even though she knew that he might be doing something outside. Now, this advice is not going to work for me, because I'm not going to sit down and wait for a man to go and carry diseases and come and give to me. I'm not going to wait for him to go outside and carry people's spiritual battles and come and give to me. I want women to start buying into the idea of being around for a good time. I have this statement that I used to make then when I was dating, and I used to say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I say that not because I plan on just coming, enjoy and going. No, I say that because the moment I spot the lightest of red flags, I am out of there. I am not here to do shop ahead with anybody. No. See, the thing is that life is not really so hard, but we complicate it a lot because women tend to use their hearts a lot and they don't use their head. I would recommend that you start using both your head and you start using your heart at the same time. We are not our mother's generations. There's a lot of things that wasn't the norm back then that is the norm now. We are in a very digital age. The world has gotten smaller and smaller. And there are certain disservice that we did to women a lot. I remember one of my uncles that tried really, really hard. He tried his best, but he tried really, really hard to invest. And I was in that house for like 4 years. And one of the things that I tried my very best to do was to not let his wife find out from me anyway. Because women tend to blame young girls for the sins of their husbands. And I didn't have any place else to go. So I knew that at some point, if I decide to go and tell this woman that every night, like clockwork, your husband comes to try to invest, she's going to find a way to blame me. Because I'm dispensable. I am not the father of her children. So she's going to sleep with the father of her children. And me being the outsider, even though this man was my biological uncle, would have to go. So I already learned that one the hard way. So I knew that that information was never going to come from me. However, he tried his best, was ignored, because every night I slept with a knife under my pillow. You come close to me, I stab you. When we reach police station, everybody will start explaining themselves. But I understand that not a lot of girls will have the heart and the mind that I did. Me, I had once looked a rapist in the eyes and I told him, you will try, you might succeed, but we will both be dead at that point. Because I refuse to let anybody take from me what I am not willing to give. And I am not saying that that would work for you. I mean, I am a crazy person. I once jumped from a one-story building because a man that used, when I come in to see me to kill me, wanted to lock me inside his house. I just went to his balcony and I just jumped out. And he saw me walking home and he was like, you are a crazy person. And I said, I know. But nobody's going to take from me what I'm willing to. That's the untruth. And I need us to start having such convictions on life. I'm not saying go and stab anybody, and I'm not saying go and jump from us. But I'm saying have that conviction that when you look a man in the eyes and you tell him what you're going to do, he's going to believe you because he knows you're going to do this. Even my husband does. Everybody in my life, even if a relationship, anything, friendship, I will tell you what I'm being. These are my, even in my job, I tell, these are my deal breakers. These are my rules and conditions. The same way you give me policies, I also give. It's also why in my office I operate that you don't just stay. Somebody will do something to you and then you come like 1 year later to complain about it. You have to start calling people out. You can be as respectful as you can, or you can get your point across. So I give my rules and regulations. Example, cheating with the deal breaker. This life is not good. The day I find out, you carry your thing or everything. so that you can have ample time to whoever it is that you want. Same thing with siblings. There are things that you give me that I will give you the widest of that. I can give you an insurance gap, because life should not be that hard. I guess what I'm saying is that our mothers' generations do not, even till now, and I said do not, I would have said did not, but I said do not because even till now, they don't have boundaries. I feel like sometimes they just draw the lines, but their husbands cross the lines because they know there is absolutely nothing they would do and there is absolutely nowhere they go. I know someone who sees men as the alpha and omega in marriage. Like, for example, if you go and tell her now that this is what your husband is doing, no matter how terrible of a thing he's doing, she's going to try to find a way to convince you to speak. And she does that because you could tell it was a familiar thing. When I say familiar thing, I mean when a child sees her mother go through certain things and still speak, it leaves an indelible mark in her mind that it is okay to stay for this. And our mothers had a lot of excuses as to why. My auntie used to say she stayed because another person I know stayed because the house that they currently had, it was her money they used to build it, but the house is in her husband's name. So if she leaves, she loses that house. That's a conversation for another day. So I guess what I'm basically saying in essence is this: you need to find a way to live a life that has clear-cut boundaries, that also has consequences for when those boundaries are breached. And please, if a man tells you that he wishes we were in our mother's generation, I'm being very serious, you guys. That is a huge red flag. You need to run. But if you decide to stay, that's your choice. You still have to bear the consequences of your decisions. But our mother's generation has proven time and time again that it was basically like slavery. And I don't even think slavery quantifies it. They've proven time and time again that they're not capable of making good decisions. Especially when it comes to their life partners, it's insane. I see a lot of older people with great marriages and I applaud them. They've built a whole life. It's amazing. And then I see some and I'm just like, what's going on? Somebody once told me before that because my mom has 6 kids, I'm going to have double that. And I'm like, for what? Or why? Do you know how much school fees is? What am I even saying? Do you know how much antenatal is just before you even had the child? This is not an economy where I get to have football teams for people. And the world is getting smaller, yes, but parenting is not getting easier. It's getting even much more harder as the day goes by because we no longer have the kind of community that our parents had. So, like, so again, I just even realized that this initial video I played wasn't even at August meeting. It was at the annual National Women Convention. Again, let me say it. It was at the annual National Women's Convention. This is a convention for women only, and yet it was all centered around men. If your husband is sleeping with your daughter, what would you do? Hello, ma. Like, I don't understand why that is a question I don't understand. Like, how is that a question that you ask at a convention for women? How is that a conversation that you have at a convention for women? So basically, you're trying to warp their mentality on what they should accept and what they should not accept from their men. Is it now an annual convention for brainwashing women to be more receptive to men's bullshit? Maybe the subscription that you people gave them the last time has finished, so now you want to give them another one. But anyway, this is just my thoughts, and as usual, I would like to hear you guys' thoughts. So please share your thoughts with me in the comments, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and please share this if you're listening to this on a podcast platform. I will see you guys on the next episode next week. Bye.